Y'all, today we are going to wing it. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. I haven't tried it, but I have an idea. So let's make over this composition book. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. I am so glad that you're here because we're going to do something I don't do very often, and that is taking an idea and just winging it. Usually I'll make a prototype so that I'll know what I'm thinking is going to work, but today we're going to use this composition book, and I don't think I can really go wrong with it, but we'll see. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera. We're going to jump right into it because y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here's what we're going to be working with today. It's going to be very simple. I have a composition book and I have a paper collection, and this paper collection is Christmas Flora by Carta Bella, and it's a beautiful collection. And what I like about Carta Bella's papers are that they are very strong papers, so you can actually make a box with one of their papers because it gives you a nice little strength. But what I want to do is just give this composition book a cute little makeover, especially on the outside. I'm not going to do anything to this page, and I'm not going to do anything to this page. We're going to cover the back, we're going to cover the front, and we might do a little something to some of the pages on the inside. So the first thing that I need to do is measure my composition book, and it's 7.5 by 9 3/4. So I am going to pick out the paper that I want to use. I'm not really sure. So you guys are going to get to see my little thought process as I'm doing projects like this. And I think that I'm going to go with this one. So I'm going to take both of these out because they're going to be my front and my back. I'm going to cut both of these pretty much exact at 9 3/4. But then I'm going to cut them to 7 3/4 because I want a little bit of overlap. We're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to cut it at 9 3/4 by 7 3/4. So now I'll be able to take these pieces and cover this front and back. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to add some tape. On this piece, I'll just put some tape in certain spots. We don't need to tape the whole thing. And we're also going to tape the back as well. I'll spare you guys having to watch me tape the back because I'm going to add the tape and then I will be right back. All right, so I have my tape on my composition book, front and back, and what I'm going to do is I am going to add tape to the two long sides of my cover sheet. And that's just to make sure that my ends stay stuck. I will do this on the back sheet as well. So let's go ahead and add that tape. Then when we get our tape down, we're going to peel away the backers and go ahead and place our pieces. All right, so let's peel away the tape backers from the composition book. Peel away the tape backer from this outside liner piece. And so then when I put it down, I'm going to put it down so that it's even at the bottom and even with the edge, or as even as we can get it. This is not by any means going to be perfect, as you can see, but it's close enough. So now I'm going to take my finger blade and I'm going to remove any overhang. There won't be too much, but I'm just cutting it off. And then I'll do a little trimming here. Get these ends nice and stuck. I like that cover. And then we're going to do the same thing on the back. So I'll peel away my tape backers. Then I'll take this piece and we're going to put it down just like we did the first one. So I am going to get it aligned on the side as well as on the bottom and just place it down. And you can see that I really didn't put too much thought into trying to be perfect with aligning it. I just put it down, and it was one of those things, if it sticks, that's where it's going to stay. So I am just going around and trimming the rounded end. And now we have our nice little covered composition book front and back. So what I'm going to do now is something that I've been thinking about. I'm going to find a complimentary sheet of paper and we're going to do something that I hope will turn out very cute. So I think I'm going to start with these two pieces. And the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to cut this one. And I think I am going to go with 6. Then I don't want it to take up the whole front, so I'm going to cut it down to 10. Then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to cut a piece at 8. And then I'll figure out what other cuts I need to make to it in just a minute, because the other cuts that I make are going to depend on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and on the 10-inch side, I'm going to score it 1/2 inch at 1, at 1/2, and at 2. Then I'll rotate it to the opposite 10-inch side. We'll score at 1/2 inch, at 1, at 1/2, and at 2. Then here on the bottom, I am going to score at 1 inch. Then I'm going to take the first score mark and we're just going to accordion fold across. I'll do the same thing on this side. Let's go ahead and accordion fold on our scores. Then where I have that 1 inch, I'll just fold up and score and burnish that score. And the reason why I did those accordion folds before I actually burnished the bottom, it just helps me to see where I need to cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, and on that score mark I'm going to angle, and then I'll angle here to remove the corner pieces. Same thing over here, 1, 2, 3, 4 score marks, and we angle, and then we angle here. So now we can take these and reinforce them just a little bit more, because we're going to glue these together. So I'm going to take my glue, place some glue right there, and some glue right there, and we're going to hold that in place so that the glue can dry. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece, put it in, and it's 6 inches wide by 5 inches. So what I'm going to do, this piece that I cut at 8 by 12, I'm now going to reduce it to 8 by 8. And on one 8-inch side, we're going to score at 1, and then turn it once and turn it twice to score at 1 again. So you'll have that 1-inch score over here and the 1-inch score over here. So now I'm going to take this and fold it and burnish. Then I'll bring in my glue. You can use your tape for this if you want. And I'm just going to glue these pieces down. And so now we'll be joining this to this. But before I join it, I'm going to place a magnet right there. So let's just get a little bit of glue up, place that magnet. Then I can add some glue here. We're going to take this piece and we're going to join it to this piece. Now y'all, what I had intended, I intended for the green to be overlapping on the outside as my fold over flap. But I made a little oopsie. And so now I'm just going to go with however this ends up looking, I will be okay. So I'm just getting this nice and stuck. So now I'm going to take this and put it back in my scoreboard because I need to make a score to fold over. And what I did was, here is where the pocket ends. I moved out 1/8 of an inch to give myself some fold over room. So now I can take this, we can fold it over. And I'm going to be putting this on here like this. And it turns out that I'm actually okay with how that looks. I thought it was going to be a little bit too busy for me, but it's not. So I'm going to take a magnet, put it there to find the original magnet. Then I'm going to take a glue dot. We're going to put the glue dot right there. I'll fold over, press down, get that magnet stuck, and it transfers to the top. So now I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to place glue along 3 outer edges because we're going to create a pocket behind this accordion pocket that we just made. And y'all, how cool is this turning out? So I'm going to lift here so that I can go in and just really work that glue. I also think I'm going to take my scissors and just round my ends a little bit. And you can tell I'm winging it because I probably would have done this before placing that down. Let's see how that looks. Y'all, I'm liking how it's turning out so far. I think that it is so sweet. We have this pocket, magnetic closure, and we have a pocket behind. Now, what we can do, we have some excess paper. So I am just going to take this and we're going to create another little pocket. It's not going to be anything overly special, but it will go on the inside. It will give you some ideas of things that you can do with yours. So I took a piece of scrap that was left over. It was 12 inches long. I folded it in half. Now I'm just going to open this and take a page, and we can create a nice little pocket on the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this with tape because I don't want to add any wetness to the inside of the notebook. So I am just going to put some tape here, as well as some tape coming across like this. And so now we're going to take this, and however you place it is completely up to you. So I'm going to place that right there. And now I have a cool little pocket on this side as well as on this side. Now what I can also do is something similar to what I did in the little Christmas book that we made. We can go ahead and cut out some tabs. I'm just going to cut out a few, and then we just add some tape. I'm using my tape runner. We're just going to go in, and wherever you want to place that tab, go ahead and put it down. Same thing right here. Just take that tab and put it down. You don't have to have yours hanging out as far as mine are, but I am okay with how this is looking. So I'm going to take this one and just put it in between those like that. Then you can take your other scraps and you can go back through your book, and you can add even more pockets. Because I have these smaller pieces, I can just fold them, and I can go back and I can add yet another pocket wherever I choose to place that pocket, or I can tape it on the inside like this, which is what I think I'm going to do. So let me go ahead and just remove this. I will add my glue across the bottom here and up one side. We'll take this, get it nice and stuck, and we'll open our cute little book, and we're just going to tuck that in right there with some glue like this. So I'm just going to take it and place it down on one of the pages. I'll go in with my big old spatula to get it stuck. And now I have another pocket in my book. You can go through and do this all the way through the book if you want. We're going to do just a little bit of decorating. So I'm going to take this border strip here, fold it over. I'm going to take my Merry Christmas I'm going to put it right there. And right there. Y'all, I really do think that I am loving this. So I'm going to find just another little floral to go here. And I think I'm going to take this floral right here and place it there. Now I'm going to flip over to the back side, and I am going to take this one and we're going to put it right in the middle. Then I think I'm going to take one of these little stickers and just put it over my magnet so that it will not come up. And then I think I'm just going to add a few cut aparts for good measure. And these are 3x4. So let's take our cut aparts and we're just going to tuck them in our pocket like this. And y'all, how stinking cute is this? We took a plain old composition book, just one of the plain cheap ones. I think this one was 50 cents. And we turned it into this beautiful little Christmas notebook. You can use yours however you want. You can follow this concept, but use a different type of paper. You might want yours to have a real summer feel to it. I wanted this one to have a nice little Christmassy feel to it, but I think that it turned out beautifully. If you want, you can cut your paper and cover this. I'm going to leave it as is. You can see that my pocket is now nice and stuck. Then we have our second pocket right here, and we added those tabs to create a really fun Christmas notebook with an accordion pocket in the front and then just a second flat pocket in the back. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.